German secret Hey, does this work any better? Can you guys tell me? I tried to make a change over at the stream area. Can you guys hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me? Here, let me show you a picture here. Can you hear me now or no? Still no? Is it better now or no? Oh, good. Okay, so you can hear me. Okay, Shrikant, you said you had a question about the reading section, right? So insert questions, paraphrase, summary, accept questions, right? So what you want to do is to understand the strategies for answering those kinds of questions. You want to go to my online course. I will give you the specific lessons that you can focus on there. I go over all the strategies for all of those questions. Okay, give me a quick second here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you which lessons you can look at right now. Okay, hold on for a quick second here. Okay, here, hold on. I want to make sure you can see this. So if you go to my online Toefl course, you want to go to the reading section, right? So let's do that. I'm going to jump to the reading section of my course, and to help you with the strategies for answering those questions, I will show you what lessons you want to focus on. Here they are. You see these? Lesson number 2, it covers vocabulary, pronoun referent, and paraphrase question types. Lesson number 3 talks about insert sentence detail, negative detail, and implied detail questions. Lesson number 4 focuses on infer rhetorical purpose, summary chart, and schematic table question types. Right? So then once you review those, right, lesson number 2, 3, and 4, once you look at that, your next step, obviously, if you have a Toefl book, you can do this, is you can take some practice tests in your Toefl book, and then you can practice answering each of these different types of questions so you can put into practice or execute the strategies that you see in these specific videos. All right? That's what you want to do there. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, we're good. All right, let's keep going. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going into my email. I'm going to listen to some speaking practice tests. And I think one of my online students is watching right now. I'm going to actually listen to his practice test or pronunciation practice right now. All right, so give me a quick second. So first of all, I will go over to my VoxyPop discussion group. And any of you watching, yes, I have an online Toefl course. You can join my course at any time for any reason, right? You can cancel my course at any time for any reason. Okay, let's take a look at your next practice here. This is internet reading and speaking, right? So I'm going to go ahead and listen to this one here for just a quick second. So you are completing integrated speaking practice test number 2. Okay, I'm going to listen to it right now. Give me a quick second. All right, here we go. All right, hi Shrikant. I'm going to listen to your integrated speaking practice test number 2.
The reading passage and speaker discusses 2 examples of how internet has influenced our civilization. The reading passage contains that it is a bad effect for children and adults, those who are...
A little bit of trouble there, so you might want to write this down. The T and the D consonant sounds, you're kind of pronouncing them almost as the same sound, so be careful. You want to make sure that you separate the T from the D. These are separate sounds, different pronunciations, so be careful. So it's a little bit hard to understand what you're saying there.
Limited access for phonography and other websites. According to the speaker, internet have positive effects on civilization for 2 main reasons. Most modern countries change from international and industrial based economically. For example, a bicycle company in Japan is to explore internationally and can order bicycles that can increase profits. Also, internet is a very powerful education tool.
Again, the word tool. Tool, you need to pronounce the T with more air. Ooh, tool. A powerful educational tool. And with the P consonant sound, Shrikant, you need to pronounce that with a little more air. Check this out. How much air comes out? Think about this for a minute. If I take the P, right, and I'm going to pronounce this word here like this, right? So I'm going to put this like this. Check this out. So I say powerful, powerful, powerful. You see what I'm saying? That's how much air comes out of your mouth when you're pronouncing that. So you want to make sure you pronounce that with a little bit more air. It makes it easier to understand the sound, and we won't get confused and think that you're saying the B sound when you're actually saying the P sound. All right? Okay, let's keep going.
To conclude that, the speaker says that internet have positive effects.
Nah, you're having a lot of problems with pacing, right? You're pausing too much. You're having these hesitations in there. It makes it hard to concentrate on your ideas. You have to work on that. If you want to go to pronunciation lessons 41 through 44, you can get some good tips on what's called thought groups and blending.
As a result, internet should become more of how it works.
As a result, the internet has, according to the reading and the listening passage, both negative and positive consequences or effects. You might want to end like that because you want to kind of restate the ideas when you're done with the response. All right, let's listen to it. Let's listen to it one more time, and then I will give you a score. Right? All right, so let's listen to this thing one more time here. Okay, here we go.
The reading passage and speaker discusses 2 examples of how internet has influenced our civilization. The reading passage contains that it is a bad effect for children and adults, those who have unlimited access for phonography and other websites. According to the speaker, internet have positive effects on civilization for 2 main reasons. Most modern countries change from international and industrial based economically. For example, a bicycle company in Japan is to explore internationally and can order bicycles that can increase profits. Also, internet is a very powerful education tool. To conclude that, the speaker says that internet have positive effects. As a result, internet should become more of how it works.
Okay, so we got it. Now my next step is I need to take a look at the rubrics here so I can give you an accurate score. So that's the next thing I want to do right now. I think we have them here. Good, we're right. This is where I need to be now. Okay, so I think on this one, delivery, very big trouble. A lot of problems with your delivery. So you're not going to get in the 4 range, not going to get in the 3 range, 2 range. You have language use. You had some problems with your language use. Topic development, I think you could have explained a little bit more about the reading passage. You moved too quickly to the lecture, so you had some incompleteness. I'm going to put you on this one a little bit lower. I'm going to put you at 1.5 out of 4, 11 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. All right, and thank you for completing this one. Okay, we're done there. Now I'm going to go ahead and upload these comments for Srikanth. And the one that you did today, I'm going to listen to it tomorrow. You're trying to post 2 speaking or pronunciation on a day-to-day basis. Just do 1. Send me 60 seconds of practice every 24 hours, right? So don't get too far ahead. Be patient. It takes me time to grade all my students' practice tests, right? Let me go back to the video here. Now, anybody watching this at YouTube, the answer is yes. If you join my course, you will get feedback when you do speaking and writing practice. This is one of the things I like to do in my online TOEFL course. I want students to be able to get feedback from either a TOEFL IBT speaking or a TOEFL IBT writing specialist. All right, let's move ahead. Okay, I need to talk to somebody who just joined my course a couple of days ago, so I'm going to give him some comments right now. Hi there, these comments are for Luis, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons. And let's take a look at your situation. You say, I started the course a couple of days ago, but I'm still a little lost. My last score was 73. Please help guide me through the course. There are so many lessons that I don't know where to start. What would I do? Should I take all the lessons? Because I see there are many things I already know. I have only 2 months now before the test. I need to take it intensively. The other question is, how can I send you my practice test? Okay, there's 2 things here, Luis. Number 1, the speaking practice test, you can just send me speaking files by email. That's fine. Just keep the files small. For the writing practice test, you complete those directly at my website. And once you do the writing practice test, you need to notify me by email, and then I would tell my teaching assistant to score that practice test. That's what you do there. So where do you start? My recommendation for you is start with step 1, lesson 1. So each day you can work on the different areas of my course. For example, maybe today you can do vocabulary lesson 1. Then you can do pronunciation lesson 1. Then maybe grammar lesson 1. Then maybe you may set aside each day to work on maybe different parts of my course and just start going through the lessons. That's what I would do. If there are lessons that you already know, then skip them. Don't worry about them. Focus on the things you don't know. And if you're not sure what to do, start sending me speaking and writing practice. How about that? That's always a good thing. And you can send me pronunciation and speaking practice. Just remember my rule, Louise, is don't send me more than 60 seconds of speaking or writing or speaking or pronunciation practice every 24 hours. So it needs to be 60 seconds or less, and I will comment on it. And you can send me 1 speaking and 1 writing practice test every day. and you'll get feedback. If you just start doing that, you will get better with your TOEFL score, really, because you'll start getting feedback, right? So there's really a lot of different ways that you can use it. So that's probably what I'd recommend there, is to either just do speaking and writing practice from the start, or you can work on different parts of my course on different days. Let's say that you say Monday, maybe Monday you can focus in the vocabulary and the pronunciation area of my course. Maybe Tuesday you can focus on grammar and listening. Then Wednesday you might want to focus on reading and then writing. And then maybe the next day you can focus on speaking. And then you can just kind of repeat that as you go during the week and the month. The main thing is, if you get practice in all 7 areas, and you're getting practice each week in all those 7 areas, it will help you to build your academic English language proficiency, I think, in a balanced way, right? So that's a suggestion I'm going to recommend for you too. I know I have a lot of lessons. I have over 700, and I wanted to have a place where students could go, Luis, where you could go every day and you could have practice with something, right? So that way you're improving your English on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. All right? Okay, I'm going to send Luis these comments that you guys just heard. You guys believe it's 2017? Man. Wow. Is that crazy or what? Happy New Year, by the way. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send Luis these comments. Give me a quick second. Okay, so he will get these comments you guys just heard at YouTube, and I'm going to keep going through my email here. Okay, Shrikant, I'm gonna talk to you a minute. You said previously I used to be in the habit of using the Noteful templates for all speaking 6 tasks, and now I'm feeling hard without a professor. You see, here's the thing, Shrikant. Here's what you want to do. Why are you learning English? Think about it for a minute here. Why do you want to study TOEFL, right? Obviously, you want to get a high score, but really what you're trying to do is you need to use English probably for personal, professional, or academic purposes. Am I right? So if you genuinely learn English, for example, if you study and learn the words in the vocabulary part of my course, if you master the grammar that you see in the grammar section, if you improve your pronunciation, right, you won't need a template, right? You will be able to organize these things on your own. Why? Because you will have real English. This is your goal. If you rely on templates, because you're not comfortable with your own English or your own academic speaking abilities, and that's not where you want to be. So focus right now, Shrikant. Forget about the TOEFL. Don't worry as much about the TOEFL right now. Watch a lot of TV, watch movies, listen to the radio, and work really hard in the vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, and the speaking sections of my course, because if you can master the information in those areas, I promise you, you will not need templates. You will have the English to organize these ideas on your own without having to worry about a template. You see what I'm saying? All right, let's keep going here. Okay, I'm going to go through my email right now and do more speaking practice here. Let me keep going here. Okay, give me a quick second. I have to submit my office hours to the English department here at California State University, San Bernardino, right? So they need to, they want to be notified of what my office hours are. Try it again. So I'm putting that in. So I'm going to hold office hours this quarter at Cal State, 10:30 to 11:50 Monday through Friday, and also from 1:20 to 2:30. That's it. Now my office hours on the internet for my YouTubers, my office hours is right now. This is a live video, so I don't always go live every day. But I'm trying to do some live video more. I want to be more accessible to my YouTube audience because I know that a lot of you guys have questions about the TOEFL exam, and I want to kind of help you with that. Remember though, persistence, I talked about at the beginning of this video. If you're persistent and you study and work hard enough over a longer period of time, you will definitely get better. Okay, I'm done with that. I've done my office hours. Here we go. Here's speaking. We have some more speaking practice right now. Okay, this student is completing integrated speaking practice test number 3. Okay, let me go ahead and talk to him. This student you guys are about to listen to, he has very natural sounding intonation. If you can speak with this kind of tone, you will definitely do very well in the speaking section, especially when it comes to your delivery. But remember that just because you can speak clearly doesn't always mean you get a high score, because you also have to have good control of your language use, which means vocabulary and grammar, and then you have to have good topic development. So you have to do all 3 pretty well if you want to get that really high score. All right, let me talk to him. All right, hi Khaled, this is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And I'm going to listen to, it looks like, integrated speaking practice test number 3. All right, here we go.
Both the reading and listening passage talk about why there is a need for education. Some go to school to gain knowledge, others want to improve a business. The speaker gave his idea and supported his idea with 2 examples. First of all, he says that school can...
You might say something like, well, the reading passage supports the information in the reading passage by giving some examples to illustrate the importance of education, or to illustrate the reasons why people go to school.
Offer knowledge about a subject. For example, studying geography will increase awareness of environmental protection. The second thing mentioned by the speaker.
Yes, you're putting your voice markers in there. The second reason mentioned by the speaker is, I like that, you're remembering to acknowledge your sources. And that makes it a summary. That's what you're trying to do with your integrated speaking and integrated writing, is you want to explain someone else's information from their point of view.
As studying some students go to school to gain knowledge about how to manage a business. The speaker gives the example of his friend who
decides, don't forget to put that third person S on there. So he talks about his friend who decides to
study business so that he can run his father's company after graduation.
All right, I think I got it. I think that was a pretty good response there. So let's take a look at the rubrics now, so we can figure out a score. So give me a quick second here. So add source, I'm going to go to screen capture. So I'm trying to figure out by looking at the rubrics here where you score. So I hope, Srikanth, you're watching this. If you're watching this, this is where you need to be. So the problem is it will take you several months to get to this level because of your current speaking problems, right? But you can get there. You definitely can get there. Back to Khalid. Okay, I think overall on this one, if we look at the rubrics here, I think that you have answered this question completely. You spoke very clearly with fluid expression of ideas. You don't really have any major problems that affect your intelligibility. You have pretty good control of your grammar and also your vocabulary. And with your topic development, I think that you were pretty complete and accurate in terms of answering the question, right? So I'm comfortable right now. I hate to get a perfect score. I don't like to get perfect scores, and I know the TOEFL does a 4, 3, tier 1, but I like to put students kind of at different levels within each number. I'm going to put you at about 24 to 26 points out of 30. So I think it's highly possible that you could get a score of 4 on this one. So you did very well in explaining things. I gave you some minor suggestions with topic development that you could think about you might want to implement next time. For example, I told you, well, the listening relates to the information in the reading because it gives further examples to support the information. Maybe say something like that to show what the relationship is when you move from talking about the reading and then going to the listening passage. All right? So that's it. That's the score I would give you on that one and why. All right? Okay, now I am going to send a quick email to Khalid. So this is his speaking practice for January 3rd, 2017. Now, you guys watching at YouTube, who listens to your speaking? How do you do your speaking practice? You see what I'm saying? And it's not just watching videos. You actually need to speak and record yourself and then have somebody else listen to it. That's very important because as TOEFL IBT speaking specialists, we have the expertise to figure out what your problems are and to tell you what you need to do to get better. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send this email over to Khalid here so we can get my comments. Okay, where is he here? There it is. So I'm going to send him an email quickly. We're done there. I need to answer a quick email. Okay, you guys give me a quick second. I need to answer an email from the English department. Can you believe this? I sent them a duplicating request to get my syllabi copied. I didn't tell them how many copies I needed, so I'm not thinking. So I need to think more clearly here, so you guys give me a minute. I think I got it. Okay, good. Moving on. So we're done with that. Shrikant, you have a question about reading. You say, is it required to see whether the answer choices of the reading are in the order of grammar, like subject, verb, object? I don't think so. I'm going to say no on that. Just remember that the best answer is a restatement of what you have read from the reading passage, which means typically the best answer doesn't include exactly the same words that you read in the passage, and it certainly doesn't include them in the same order that they are written. So you have to be really good with what's called synonyms. You have to be able to identify synonyms, I think, when you're doing the reading. So a good rule of thumb, a good thing to think about, Shrikant, with reading is this. If the answer looks like something you read in the passage, maybe don't pick it. It's probably written, for example, if you go into the reading passage and you find the information and it uses active voice, maybe the best answer is passive voice. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to say it's not required. You have the order of grammar, subject, verb, objects, whatever. I wouldn't worry about that. Just remember, the best answer in the reading is a restatement of what you have read in the reading passage. That's what you want to think about there. Okay, I'm going through my email again here. Shrikant, you said, since Speak Korea lesson to Voxy Pop, I didn't get evaluate integrated speaking too. That's why I only do one per day. I'm not going to evaluate the pronunciation and the speaking. You can send me one, either speaking or pronunciation practice each day. I will listen to one of them. I'll listen to the other one the next day. So let me send you a quick email. Let me write this, one speaking, okay, I just sent you an email there. Okay, my next student is KC. I'm going to listen to his independent, it looks like, speaking practice test number 8, I believe. So let me go ahead and download this.
I prepare to work.
There, you guys hear that? So he makes a very loud recording. It's very easy to hear. So everybody who's taken my online Toefl course, or if you do join my course, make sure that you make the recordings loud enough so I can hear them. And it's easier for me to pinpoint what your problems are in terms of delivery, language use, and topic development if you make loud, clear recordings, just like this. Okay, now give me a quick second. I want to find out what practice test this is, or at least what question he's answering here, so I'm going to do that right now. So I think he's doing number 8 here. Let me double check.
I prefer to work at the...
I got it. Okay, so let's see what we have. So it looks like I'll show you which one it is. It's right here, this one. So which of the following do you prefer? Working for a small company or working for a big company? That's the question that he's answering.
I prefer to work at the larger company. This is because...
Wait a minute. I need to make a recording for him here. Hold on a second. Hi there, KC. I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a Toefl IBT. So you're submitting a practice test January 3rd, 2017. You're focusing on independent speaking task number 8.
I prefer to work at the larger company. This is because it gives me more opportunities to meet different people, and I think that's a great way to improve my social network.
Okay, now, so your introduction is taking a little too long. It's 18 seconds. Your goal is to get this down to maybe 10 seconds, or maybe 8 to 10 seconds, right? So let's listen to it one more time.
I prefer to work at the larger company. This is because it gives me more opportunities to meet different people, and I think that's a great way to improve my social network. For example...
Okay, so let's take a look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and give you an example of what you can do this. So you want to say this. If I have to choose for a small or a big company, I prefer working for a big company because it gives me more opportunities to meet new people, which will improve my social networks. Okay, that's 10 seconds. Now I was speaking a little bit quickly there, right? I'll be honest with you, it's a little bit fast. But the main thing is you like working for the big company because it allows you to meet new people, which improves your social network, and that's what you have to illustrate in this.
Last year, I did an internship in a large company, and at that time, I was able to meet so many different people, and
Now, what kind of people did you meet? Did you meet accountants? Did you meet marketers? Did you meet chief financial officers, chief executive officers? Who did you meet? Did you meet managers, supervisors, co-workers, colleagues? So who is it? Be a little more specific when you're providing some of the detailed information. The more precise you can be, the better it will be for your speaking.
Learn many different perspectives. So that was a great time to broaden my perspectives for job. And
well, that's not the argument you're making. You're saying that it broadens your social network. That's what you said in the beginning, right? So make sure that the examples that you give, they serve the purpose that you mentioned in the beginning. So what you're saying right now, it needs to connect a little bit better back to the beginning.
now I have been putting more effort for what I do to get a better job.
All right, let's listen to it one more time, and I'm not going to pause at all because I want to get the whole speech in my brain right here before I give you a score.
I prefer to work at the larger company. This is because it gives me more opportunities to meet different people, and I think that's a great way to improve my social network. For example, last year I did an internship in a large company, and at that time I was able to meet so many different people, and I learned many different perspectives. So that was a great time to broaden my perspectives for job. And now I have been putting more effort for what I do to get a better job. I prefer to work at the larger company.
Okay, now I think I can give you a score now, right? So let's take a look. So I think overall you're doing a pretty good job with your delivery. You've been doing well in that area from the start. Language use, I'd like you to be a little bit more specific and more precise in the vocabulary that you're using, right? Topic development, you could have made, the main thing was that you didn't prove very well, was how meeting all these people improved your social network. You probably should have made that cause-effect connection a little bit better. So sometimes in the middle or the body of response, it wasn't connecting as well to the beginning, right? It could be a little better. But overall, I think you have a pretty good response. I'm comfortable here putting you in the 3 range, 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30. I think you can make some improvements with language use and also topic development. All right? All right, thank you. Okay, I'm done with this. Go back to video. Let's see what we have here. So I'm going to go ahead and email him these comments so he can get his speaking feedback. I think for him, he's going in the right direction, but a lot of us, because our English isn't perfect and we're not using the language enough, the vocabulary that we have is not specific enough, it's not precise enough to really illustrate what we're trying to say. So templates aren't going to help you with that. You need to have very good English. There's no substitute. Whatever template you want to use, that's fine, but there's no substitute for having what we call academic speaking proficiency. You need to be comfortable speaking about a wide range of independent and also academic type topics. And you can't do that just by memorizing a lot of templates. You have to watch movies. You have to talk with native speakers, right? You have to listen to the radio. You want to be reading newspapers every day. You really need to get more comfortable, using the language, and that makes it much easier, I think, for the speaking. Okay, so Khalid, let me go ahead and give him his. Okay, here it is. So speaking for. Okay, let me send him a quick email here. Hold on a minute. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's KC. Here we go. Okay, almost did not save this correctly here. Okay, here we go. Got it. So I'll send him the comments that you guys just heard at YouTube. All right, we're done. I'm going to move on to the next one here. And give me a second. I'm going to go over to my live dashboard a minute and see if you guys have any questions, and I will go right back. And remember that you can join my course at any time, any day of the week, any month of the year. I'm open 365 days a year. Somebody join my course on Christmas, and I will help you improve your academic English language proficiency. Okay, let's go back. Okay, we're done with that one. One of the students I talked to earlier in this video, he just sent me an email. He's going to start sending me some speaking and writing practice, so that's good. Okay, he wants to know where he can do the speaking and the writing practice, so I will put for writing, go here. I'm going to go ahead and give him a link to my website here so he knows where to go. Okay, where is it? Okay, hold on a quick. Okay, here it is. I need to send him a link to the speaking and the writing practice test in my online Toefl course. That's what I want to do right now. So I'm going to go to my website and send a link to this student. Okay, so for writing practice, I'm going to jump over to the writing part of my course. I'm going to send him a quick link. So I'm going to do that right now. You guys give me a quick second. I'm going to go over to the email. I don't want you guys to see his email. So for writing, go here. Okay, let's go back here. So he wants to know where the speaking topics are. See all the writing here? I have over 40. I have 40 independent writing practice tests. I have 43 integrated writing practice tests and a whole variety of topics. And you guys aren't going to believe this at YouTube. I'll tell you a quick story. One of my students last year, Rasa was his name, he completed 35 independent and integrated writing practice tests. He was doing them for about 2.5 months. It was incredible. And after 2.5 months of practice, he took the Toefl exam and he improved his writing score from 21 to 29 points out of 30. No joke. So it shows you that practice really helps you, because every time he did a writing practice test, he probably spent anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour putting together his ideas. That's a lot of practice. And his writing got much, much better. Okay, let's go to speaking. So I'm going to send him a link here. So he needs the link to the speaking part of my course now, too. So I'll give him this one. So we can take a look at this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send that link to his email, too, so he can have that. That's the best thing, is to actually... You can't just watch videos. You guys know at YouTube I say this a lot. Hearing is good, seeing is better, but doing is best. So by completing practice tests, you're actually using English. You're formulating your sentences. That's good for your grammar. You're finding words that you need to use. That's good for your vocabulary. And all of these things are very, very good. Okay, let me go back to the email, send him a quick link. So he has that. Then we move on. Where are we at here? Hold on. What is that noise? here it is. And one of my videos was gone here. I didn't even know. Okay, back to email. Okay, we got another question over here at the YouTube. It says, how much time should I allot for introduction, body, and conclusion response on independent integrated speaking to include delivery, language use, and topic development? Based on your abilities right now, Srikanth, because your speaking is not great, spend all the time you need, up to an hour. How about that? How about take an hour and take the speaking task, write it out, make sure the grammar's good, the vocabulary's good, make sure it's really well organized, practice it several times, and then post it. So take all the time you need right now, because what you're doing is you're trying to use English. The more you use it, the better you will get in the long run. So even though you don't have this kind of time during the Toefl exam, and even though you have only 15 or 20 or maybe 30 seconds to prepare your response for the speaking, right now for you, Srikanth, I'm encouraging you to take all the time you need. That would be my answer to that question. And after about 2 or 3 months, you will find that your speaking will be much better than it is right now if you follow that recommendation. All right? Let's keep going. Okay, we have another student here who is doing some speaking practice, Raphael. So Raphael is doing independent speaking practice test number 251. It says, your friend wants to lose weight by the beginning of the summer season. What advice would you give your friend who wants to shed some unwanted pounds? So here's what Raphael says.
In order to lose weight, I would recommend my friend to eat healthy and to do a lot of exercise.
Okay, I need to open up the recording for him. Hi there, Raphael, and this is Michael. And I'm right in the middle of listening to your independent speaking practice test number 251.
In order to lose weight, I would recommend my friend to eat healthy and to do a lot of exercise. To change eating habits, it's such as start eating more vegetables or less fries, is very important to lose weight, since these vegetables have few content in terms of calories, which are instrumental to lose weight. Additionally,
good vocabulary word, instrumental to lose weight or instrumental in losing weight. So very good word there. That's very effective. It really helps to communicate what you're trying to say, and you're showing you have a good knowledge of English vocabulary.
to do a lot of exercise, especially those related to cardiovascular activities such as running, could be also useful to...
I like cardiovascular activities, another good vocabulary word. Wow. So you're able to communicate your ideas. You're using pretty precise vocabulary, so keep it up.
Burn the extra fat that I could have.
All right, let's listen to it one more time. Now, my overall assessment is you did a pretty good job on it. You're fairly organized. You're having a little bit of trouble with your delivery. You had some awkward pauses and
In
hesitation.
order to lose weight, I would recommend my friend to eat healthy and to do a lot of exercise.
Good. So eat healthy and to do exercise. So you have 2
To
points.
change eating habits, it's such as start
Well, I would say that first of all, in order for my friend to lose weight, I would advise him to eat healthy foods. Say it like that. Give yourself a topic sentence there, and then move to an example that illustrates that point. So remember, Raphael, is start off with more general statements and then move to more specific details after that.
eating more vegetables or less fries is very important to lose weight, since these vegetables have
How about since this type of food or these foods
few content in terms of calories, which are
See, that was trouble. You had some trouble there. You had some trouble explaining that. So at about 25 to 27 seconds, you had a little bit of trouble finding the right words to explain your idea.
instrumental to lose weight. Additionally, to do a lot of exercise, especially those related to cardiovascular activities such as running.
So that right there, say, in addition, I would also encourage my friend to do some cardiovascular exercises such as running.
Could be also useful to burn the extra fat that I could have in order to.
Okay, I got it. So I think we're in pretty good shape here. So let's go over to the rubrics and let's figure out your score here. Let's see how you would score on this practice test and maybe why, right? All right, so overall, I'm comfortable putting you in the 3 range, but not the 4 range. So you had some minor difficulties with maybe pacing. You had some pauses, some hesitations in there. I think you had some imprecise, incorrect vocabulary, maybe grammar in there, a few minor problems, and I gave you some suggestions on how you can more clearly connect some of those support points back to the introduction so you can do a little bit better in those areas. So right now, I'm going to put you at 3.0 out of 4, 23 points out of 30 on this practice test. All right? All right, I'm going to now give him his comments. So speaking for January 3rd, 2019 or 2017, man, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay, so we're done with that. I'm going to go ahead and send him a quick message. Okay, here we go. So now he gets the comments that you guys just heard at YouTube. So now what he needs to do is he needs to listen to what I said today, right? And think about some of my comments, and then when he does his next practice test, he tries to improve in whatever the areas are that he's having trouble with. Okay, so we're good there? Okay, we can keep going. I'm going back to my email right now. Okay, done with that one. I'm keep going here. Okay, I'm going to keep going here. I think I might be done here. I have Marcelo did an independent writing practice test. I'm going to go ahead and send this over to my teaching assistant. He will read and score this today. And I'm actually at California State University, San Bernardino right now, so I have to get ready for placement testing. We have some new students who've come to our program from many countries, and my job as the placement and testing specialist is to determine what their academic English language abilities are. Right? Okay, let's keep going. I think I'm just about done here. No, we got more speaking. This guy does speaking every day, no kidding. Okay, so let me talk to him for a minute. Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Marcelo, and I am completing or you completed integrated speaking practice test number 17. And I'm going to listen to your practice test right now. And let me give you a quick second here. I'm going to do something here. There's a Facebook page. I want to post the live video that we're doing right now. So let me go up here. Let's go back. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me see if I can do this. Maybe some of these people might want to watch this live video here, so let me go ahead and post it. I'm going to share something with the group here. Okay, I went ahead and posted that over at the Facebook page. See if we can get some people over here from there. Okay, so let's see, Marcelo. So you're doing integrated speaking practice test number 17, right? So let me download it right now. Let's see how you did on this one.
The lecture explains two main terms about economics: inflation and deflation.
Yes, good. I like it for two reasons. Number one, you say the lecture, and that's exactly what it is. You state the main points of the two concepts being explained. That's good. And you're trying to vary your intonation a little bit more, which is also good.
Inflation, according to the lecture, is an increase of the price over time. Also,
The increase in the price of goods over time. So don't forget to put the word goods in there.
during that time, the money will lose its power. On the other hand, deflation is a decrease of the prices over time.
I would spend a little more time talking about inflation before you move to your next concept, which is deflation. But I do like how you're using, on the other hand, you're using a transition word to show how the information or the one concept is different from the other concept in the lecture. So that helps me, as your audience, to understand the connection of your ideas.
During that time, the money will increase its power, and less units of money will be needed to buy the same products.
Okay?
Furthermore, to control the inflation and deflation, that will be determined by the money supply.
I like your use of the word furthermore. So you're adding to what was already mentioned, I think. So that's good. Again, you're trying to make it very easy to see how your ideas are connected.
And consequently, to do that, it will be determined by the investment,
It'll be determined by, not determinated, but determined by.
the open market operations, and the bank reserves requirements.
Not bad. So let's take a look at the rubrics right now so we can kind of see how you're scoring. So let's take a look at this one for just a minute. Okay, give me a quick second here. I'm going to go over to the rubrics here. Okay, give me a quick second here. All right, so I'm looking at the rubrics right now. So for delivery, the question is, could you get a score of 4 on this? That's really the $64,000 question. I'm going to say maybe not a 4, but I feel like you're in the 3 range for sure. So you had a little bit of minor delivery issues. You had some problems with language use. And then also, I think, you remember the word determinated? I said determined. I don't know if that's a pronunciation or language use issue, but again, it is a problem. Maybe you could have probably talked a little bit more about the first concept, inflation, before moving to deflation. You want to balance your discussion, spend approximately half of your time discussing the first concept, and then half of your time discussing the second one. Right, but still I think it's a pretty good response. I'm going to put you at about 23 points out of 30 on this particular practice test for the reasons I just described. All right? I think that's it. So let me go back to the video for a minute here. Okay, now I need to send these comments to Raphael now. Now, if you guys have any questions at YouTube, post them and post them quickly. I'm not going to be able to do this for much longer, I'll be honest with you. I got a lot of stuff to do here at California State University, San Bernardino, and yes, I have an online speaking course. You can go to, it's an online Toefl course, which includes speaking, writing, and everything else. You can join anytime for any reason. Okay, let me send this email over to Raphael. And I think I'm almost done with all my speaking practice for today. And it's tough. Improving speaking is hard. A lot of people ask me, Michael, how long will it take me to reach my goal? Well, it depends on what kinds of problems you have, what your existing English language abilities are, and then how quickly or how slowly you will solve those problems. That's kind of part of what it is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send him these comments here. Okay, I'm almost done with that. All right, I'm sending him his comments. Okay, let me keep going here. Okay, here's another one that I need to listen to, one more from this same student. So I'm going to go ahead and download this one. Let me talk to him for a second. Hi, Marcelo. So you completed integrated speaking practice test number 1. Let's go ahead and listen to this one.
The reading passage explains some effects of advertising, and the lecture gives some extra examples of it. First of all,
Now, wait a minute. The reading passage discusses the political effects of advertising, and the listening discusses the economic effects. Am I right? So it adds to the information. So your introduction, I think, is good, but not entirely accurate. So you want to be a little more precise. There's two main points here. The political and the economic effects of advertising according to the two sources. That's what you want to say there.
the reading passage explains that advertising can influence people. For example, advertising is used by candidates to influence people to vote for them.
Okay.
In addition, the lecture gives some extra examples. For instance,
Well, the lecture describes the economic effects of advertising. That's how I'd say that. Now, I like your use of the word in addition, and you're doing a great job with that. You have a very good mastery, Marcelo, of your transition words. You understand if you want to add to something, you'll say in addition. If you want to show cause effect, you'll say consequently or thus or hence. So your knowledge of transition words are very, very high, and it's really helping to communicate your ideas.
the consumer will not buy an unfamiliar product, so they will buy just only the products they saw in an advertising.
Okay.
They also affected because of the advertising if they mention if that is got a wrong product. Also, they should be careful because some advertising can encourage to do.
Near the end there, at about 50 to 55 seconds, you were saying some things in there. I don't see exactly the connection, so be careful. Make sure you completely and accurately explain the points as you understand them. And the only way you can do that is you have to make sure you have complete notes. You have good notes that focus on the main and the most important supporting points of either the reading, or in this case, the reading and the listening passage.
Something good or bad.
All right, so just listen to this one. So let's go over to the rubrics. So I can give you a score here. Let's see what we have. All right, so I'm looking at them right now. So let's see. Delivery, you had some minor issues with pacing. You had a few pauses, hesitations in there. Overall, you had pretty good control of your vocabulary and your grammar. You seemed to do pretty well in that area. And topic development, I think you were 95% accurate, complete. I don't think you left out that many important ideas. You did a pretty good job in that area also. So, I'm comfortable. I think this is a little bit better than the one you did before. I'm going to put you at about 24, maybe to 26 points out of 30. Maybe it's possible you could get a score, but if you didn't, maybe because of some minor delivery, minor topic development issues. So I'll put you at 24 to 26 points out of 30 on this practice test. All right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and send him my comments. So he can get that. Every time I think I'm almost done, a student sends me another practice test to grade here, so. Okay, let me go ahead and send this over to him. And what I like to do is for my students that I teach online, I grade everything pretty much at the same time every day, so they get to expect when they will get their feedback. So they know I listen to their speaking in the morning, but it's in the morning according to California Pacific Standard Time. That's when I do it. Okay, Marcelo. Okay, I'm done with his. I'm giving him some comments right now. I'm done with that. Let's move on. I'm down to 30 emails, by the way. In this video, I started out with 99 emails, so I think I have answered everything that I need to answer. Okay. I think that is good. So I think, thank you everybody, YouTube, for watching. I'm winding down my comments here. So during the video today, I've simply graded a lot of my students' speaking practice test. I sent the writing practice test over to my teaching assistant to score, and that's it. So check back periodically. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I hope that you will. And remember that I do a lot of videos. I have over 5,500 videos I have done over the last 3 or 4 years, and many of these videos will help you to improve your English, right? If you need a high TOEFL score, consider joining my online course. For more information, you can go to onlinetoeflcourse.com.